Okay, Jeremy and James, I've got Adam here on the line with me as well.
Hey, Adam,
hey Jeremy, hey James, how are you guys?
Hi, Adam. Great to meet you.
Pretty good, Adam. I'm Jeremy, and I don't know if Diana told you a little bit about us. We have an audience of entrepreneurs and business owners that we like to teach the newest methods that we're using. We test out different platforms, different technologies and strategies, and then the stuff that works for us, we share it with our audience. And our audience is in the tens of thousands. So I just wanted to ask you a few questions about get emails. And number one, can you just, I like to ask a bit about a person's background. I want to know how you got into this whole get emails thing. Like, how did you find yourself into this business?
Sure. So, in 2000, I graduated college in 2003, and I actually traded credit default swaps at Lehman Brothers. The real estate stuff was like The Big Short, the movie, like exactly that. And my roommates in my first apartment started Vimeo.com, so I like watched these guys like become these prolific internet entrepreneurs, and really wanted to do the same thing. It looks so cool, and like they're having so much fun. So after the financial crisis, the job that I had, it was kind of like regulated out of existence by the government, and so I was like, oh man, like what do I do? Do I like try to go into a different part of finance at 30, which you're kind of an old dog, or like should I just try to pursue this dream and go into tech? So decided to do the latter. Somehow fell in, like I made a bunch of bad investments, teamed up with a bunch of idiots who were starting stuff and had no idea what they were doing. Neither did I. So it was a bunch of idiots, including me. And eventually came across this opportunity. My brother was using a product for email marketing and customer review management where like 1 week in February in 2012, they're like, the guy raised $25 million for this company called Ratepoint. They're like, we're shutting down the site. Download all your data because the website's going offline in 7 days. So, you know, we kind of like, we're like, oh, maybe we should see if there's any funny business and then, you know, try to build this guy's product on the cheap and go find all these customers that he had. And this was along with other stuff, you know, I was doing at the time, none of which worked at all, even remotely. And a few months later, I'd made these videos that were like, hey, like, you know, if you, we call our email marketing company, which came out of this all, is called Robly. It was like, if you like Ratepoint, you'll love Robly. The CEO of the other company saw it on YouTube somehow. Somebody must have forwarded it to him. He's like, come to Boston. If you try to do what you're attempting to do, you will fail. I will show you a way to succeed 100%, like certainty. So I'm like, wow, that's amazing. So went and saw this guy in Boston, and he was kind of like irritated because his VCs shut him down, and he thought like the exact wrong time. But he's like, I'm not going to tell you too much. There's a company down the road from us in Boston that does email marketing. They leave a ton of customer information all over the internet, and if you just go look for it, you can find it. Build a call center, build a comparable product, give these people a good offer. You'll definitely be able to get enough people to switch over to have a nice cash flow positive business, and then like who knows what's next. So, you know, it wasn't quite that simple, but it kind of was. Like that business, Robly, actually worked. It's still great, profitable, growing. It's just an email marketing company, kind of like MailChimp. We were taking customers from the company who I'm not allowed to say their name of because of the settlement we had, but they were the original pioneers in the space. And the problem with that strategy was for basically, you know, the offer we gave was like, we'll get you 50% more opens for half the price to these customers of this other company that were essentially brick and mortar businesses, non-e-commerce, like very small business, mom and pop shop, Main Street people. And the problem with that was, A, it's not a niche play at all. Like, it's a very mass market product. And usually you could never go after the mass market this late in the game in a space like this and get customers, but we had this list, you know? So figuring out how to niche down and grow after that opportunity was like a huge problem for us. I mean, it's subscription, so it wasn't like we were making money. It wasn't like it was going away, but like the next phase was like a huge question mark. And the bigger problem was MailChimp had a product that was basically free for every single person who switched to us. And it was amazing, and like their brand's great and like all this stuff. So after spending a couple of years trying to do stuff that MailChimp wasn't doing, that just like didn't really work for one reason or another, we stumbled across this identity resolution space. It didn't look like to us that anybody in the email marketing space had first of all, it didn't look like many people knew about it that we knew. It looked like there were enterprise companies that were aware of it, and there were enterprise vendors that were serving them in sort of different ways, but they had no interest in serving anybody smaller than like Nike and like the Fortune 500 or whatever. Right. And it seemed to us like anybody outside the Fortune 500 didn't know that this stuff even existed. So if we could figure out how to do it, I was like, man, like there's no way that people aren't going to want to buy customer information of people that were on their website and didn't fill out forms. Like every single person I've ever talked to about anything related to email marketing wants that.
100%.
Is the hardest problem.
100%.
Growing is the hardest problem. Keeping people from churning off it is like another huge problem. So it's like, I got to figure out how to do this. So that started probably the first time I ever talked to Diana was probably, Diana, 3 years ago, maybe? Is that right? Or was it 2 years ago? I don't know.
I think,
I don't remember.
two and a half.
2.5 years ago. It was the beginning of 2018. And I was like, okay, at the time I was talking to Diana about trying to go up market and create, kind of like a different email marketing company, which we thought was a good idea at the time, but turned out to be a bad opportunity because she was working with this company called Maripos that was also going up market, and they were serving this kind of like guy just above Infusionsoft that we thought we could serve better than anybody else. So that was one of the attempts. Didn't work out. But the first time I talked to her, I'm like, here's what I'm actually trying to do. I know this is possible. I just don't know how to do it. And then we spent 9 months trying to build this other thing, scrapped it. In the meantime, actually figured out how to do this. And 3 months later, so this is 2019 now, the plan was we scrapped this upmarket ESP. We were just going to improve Robly and make this a feature in Robly and get people to switch to Robly. That was the plan for 2019. So start peppering people outbound with this idea that we can give you customer information of people that are on your website that didn't fill out forms. We get really good customers who are signing up for Robly only using the identity product, not using anything else, downloading the data every day and uploading it into their email marketing app, right? Several, like a handful. And at the same time, we're asking them the MPS question, right? Like, what do you rate this product 1 to 10? How likely are you to tell somebody that? They're all like 10 for this horrible user experience, They're just like, oh, I'm paying you 25 cents a lead. I'm getting them for $1.50 from other sources. Right. The open rates are the same. Click-throughs are half. This is amazing, So we're like, okay, clearly people do not want to switch email marketing apps. Furthermore, if you even speak to somebody about a feature of an email marketing application that you have, immediately their eyes glaze over, right? Right. If all of a sudden it's its own tool and it does something totally different than an email marketing app, it really has nothing to do with it, but it's standalone and connects to everything you're already using, eyes started lighting up, right? So we decided, I think in August, that we were going to spin it out to its own thing, but this was still speculative at this point. Like, I was like, yeah, it's enough to go forward with it, but let's still continue with plan A. So I got an Upwork. I made a bunch of Photoshop mock-ups myself. Got somebody to clean them up, somebody else to make them into HTML, and then our CTO spent 8 weeks on it on the back end, and we launched it with probably 5 or 6 integrations on November 4th, and spent $5,000 on Facebook ads in November and got $10K of monthly recurring revenue off of it. And then at that point, it was like, okay, I've never heard of anything like this in my life. I don't know what the churn's going to be yet, but this is incredible. The churn could be 30% a month and this math would still work. So that was the start of this, really fun sort of journey that's been going on the last, I guess, 9 months at this point, 10 months.
Well,
And that's the background.
Well, that's awesome. And your ads, we enjoy. This is the first time in a while that I've enjoyed watching ads, which seems really weird. We enjoy watching ads, Jeremy and I. And then we saw the offering, and at first we just thought it seemed like magic to us. We said, this isn't possible. I just didn't believe it. And then we did it, and we were like,
right.
This really works. And on top of the fact that it really worked, what was really awesome to us is that when we use a strategy where as soon as they hit the website, we basically write them instantaneously and say, hey, thanks for checking out our site. We feel that psychologically that people are like, oh my gosh, like they're like almost excited, like, wow, what great customer service. And they're just so we have had zero flack from anyone that we have gotten on our list. So we are just ecstatic about this, and we think that this is we're hoping that we're going to be a small part of an eventual kind of, not takeover by your company, but I think your company, it's a snowball that it's already on its way, I'm sure, but we're hoping we're going to give it another little kickstart. And again, we're all for it. We've seen it. We've seen the results. It works. And so sorry, I just wanted to say that. Go ahead, Jeremy.
I was going to say too, just so you know, our first test sending the first email that, hey, thanks for visiting our website, was like I think in my autoresponder it was 30-something%, and in James's it was 40 to 50. That's another thing I like about Get Emails is since we're partners, both our names are on the sales page, and their people are they're accustomed to going on both of our lists. And inside Get Emails, you have that functionality to be able to put them on both lists at the same time. Love that. We hit them with the exact same email, and pretty much one's from me, one's from him. But we're getting good opens and clicks from that list, and that's exciting as well. So we know that it's, there's nothing fishy going on. These are real people. These are our real customers. We even got a few sales from, we had 500 and something customers. I was telling Diana this earlier, 500 something customers, and then we got an additional 400, almost 500 I think it actually did reach 500 from Get Emails. So we doubled our list with Get Emails, and that, we would have paid $1, $2 a lead for that if we were paying for Facebook ads, whereas we got it from you for 30 cents a lead. So that's super exciting.
Yeah.
And
definitely Facebook looking for the lead quality is not incredible either at times.
Yeah. Yes.
It's not like they're giving you stuff that's just instant gold either.
Right. This is traffic coming directly from our site.
Great.
Yeah.
And Adam, we obviously had gone through this ourselves, and we've experienced results. Can you tell our audience, what are some of the crazy things you're seeing? I mean, do you have some people that are getting thousands of leads right now? Like, what are you seeing out there?
I mean, we have some incredibly high traffic sites. What are even the numbers, Diana? She's the one who gives people these plans. Like, we have people paying us like $25,000 a month.
Yeah, I mean, we've got.
What are some of the volumes?
Yeah, I think our biggest is we're well over 1 million emails a month. We've got others that are very, very high traffic sites, but they'll utilize different sort of ways of filtering through Google Tag Manager and that kind of thing to focus on their highest intent traffic. Or some of them do tests sort of throughout the month, so they'll if they've got a launch or something going on. And I've literally watched 20,000 contacts in 30 minutes with some of our big customers. So it's it's pretty phenomenal, some of the volumes and traffic that we're seeing.
But the great thing about your model is, like you said earlier, was that it's not just for the Nikes of the world. You have people that can start for free and then work themselves up wherever they are in the mix. So we really like that it's something for everybody. So that's one of the reasons why we're really excited. Again, it works, and it doesn't matter what level you're at. If you're certified pro, or if you're a very beginner, this is something for everybody.
Let me ask you this too, Adam. I saw an article on your site about white labeling. What are you guys doing to offer that to people? I know there's a lot of consultants that are in our audience who service other businesses, and they'll want to use this for those services. Can you speak on that for a second?
Yeah, sure. So we haven't built it into the software yet, just because we're trying to do some stuff that will be like game changing for e-commerce right now, and that's going to be our next couple to few months. But you can achieve a white label effect by using Google Tag Manager. So if this consultant just creates a Google Tag Manager account, puts the Get Email script inside of it, and then sends the customer that Google Tag Manager, or puts it in the customer's website on their own, if they do the integration to the ESP and just don't call the list Get Emails, if they call the list in the ESP or in the email marketing app, whatever their last name is, their consulting firm, whatever it's called, the customer has no way of seeing Get Emails anywhere. Does that make sense? Like, because there's just a Google Tag Manager code, and they can't, if the list is, if the consultant does the integration and the list is called something else other than Get Emails, the customer can't actually, through the email marketing app, go see that it's connected to Get Emails. There's no way to see that because it's just an API integration. And I don't even think our script says Get Emails in it anymore. Does it, Diana? I think we took that out. Maybe it's got some, it might still, does it?
I know it doesn't have I looked, and I don't think it has the little snippet about Get Emails code. Like, it spelled out, this is the Get Emails code. I think. Yeah, exactly. But I think in the URL, Get Emails might be in the URL.
Yeah. I think we changed it, but I'm not sure. Anyway, regardless, there's 99% of businesses, if you just do that Google Tag Manager thing, they're not going to be able to trace it back to Get Emails. So these guys can say, I have this lead generation technique, and like we have agencies that are charging $1 a lead and buying from us for a quarter.
Nice.
Wow, that's a huge business right there. I want to say one thing. Oh yeah, to me, this is like, everyone for the last 5 years or longer, so many people have been excited about retargeting, the notion of retargeting. To me, this is like the new form of retargeting. If you want to say it's similar, this is like a brand new world really opened up to a lot of people. So I'm just, again, I can't say enough good things about you guys, and just really, really happy to use your service and get the word out about it.
Right. I also want to mention a lot of our audience are affiliates. And so they're going to be, like us, they're going to want to promote Get Emails. So do you have an affiliate program? Can you talk on that a little bit and tell the affiliates what they could expect if they want to promote Get Emails?
Absolutely. So we have a 20% recurring affiliate model. And I think I'm just looking at this, sorry, for affiliates. So we have a 20% recurring model for affiliates. And affiliates so if you guys bring in affiliates, you'll get we have a 5% second layer as well. Does that make sense? Sweet. So you'll get 5% of their customers.
Tier 2.
You know what I mean? If you're the affiliate, you'll get 20% of their account, and you'll get 5% of their sub accounts.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So it's 2 layers.
Yeah, that's called. I think they call that 2 tiers. Tier 2.
Yeah, exactly.
2-tier affiliates. Yeah, second tier affiliate, which is super cool because we're hoping to sign up a lot of affiliates for you. We're hoping a lot of these people that are listening now realize how incredible this is and push it out there. So is there any other thing that you would like to add before we kind of conclude this call? I really appreciate you taking the time to spend with us and explain this to the listeners. And I just want to ask if you have anything else that you'd like to add.
I don't think so. Just give it a try. We make it very easy. Prove it to yourself, because your comment about thinking that it's magic, that's what I thought the first time I heard about it too. But it works.
That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. It works, and it works really well. And again, thank you to both of you for being on this call. We hope we're going to get a bunch of, not that you need our help, but we're hoping to bring you a nice little push here. Again, thank you so much for what you do and your time today.
You're very welcome.
All right. Take it easy, guys.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Bye.